Hi everyone, and welcome back to today's morning report chart appraisals on Monday the 20th of July with me, Richard Perry, market analyst at Tech Markets. Moving on to cable now, sterling dollar. Really interesting consolidation we're seeing actually at the moment on cable. Last 3 days, the last 3 completed trading days, we've seen a couple of doji candles and a bit of a negative one, and it looks to be a bit negative again today. There was actually an initial rebound early in the European session, but then that's fallen away. Cable's now about 20 pips lower on the day. Momentum indicators have sort of rolled over really in that rally that we had that was beginning to build. That rally sort of lost a bit of steam. The stochastics rolling over, RSI rolling over, MACD lines basically neutral. So it's a bit up in the air at the moment, but this is the really interesting part of this consolidation. Look at the consolidation that we're seeing around these key levels on this chart. 54.50 initially was that. Let me just look on the daily chart. 54.50, that big level. The old support became new resistance. Where am I looking? Sorry, screen line already on it. My mistake, being silly. So 54.50 was the low around this key low here, then the high. And it's become that low again. So that is coming into play again. And not only that, it's around the 61.8% fib level. Fine. Look at the 50% fib level. 1, 2, 3, almost bang on. Look at the 38.2% fib level. Pretty much doing a very similar job. But then 56.65, again going quickly back on the daily chart, are these key lows around here. This key old support that has now become new resistance. Really interesting actually, these levels on this chart. So you've got this consolidation going on between these sort of fib levels really. You've now broken this uptrend, so that would suggest you're no longer really in so much of a positive mindset anyway. Look at the hourly RSI, I think, here, because it's becoming sort of, as it's range bound, the RSI starts to settle between 30 and 70. So if you started to see it moving below 30 or above 70, I think that would be your trigger to say that it could well be a break down or a break higher. I think it's going to be a break down increasingly. I think it's increasingly sort of looking to pressurize that support. Broken uptrend, sort of rolling over arguably on these moving averages. MACD lines on the hourly sort of bit neutralish really. So I think the fact that if you look on the daily chart, you've got more of a balance of negative candles than positive in the last few days. I think that would suggest that you're sort of moving towards more of a bearish breakdown. So be careful of these supports. That 50% fib level, that is a big support. So a closing break on the hourly chart would certainly, I think, suggest that we're starting to see a breakdown. The reaction in the European session, as I said, initially higher, but then subsequently the last sort of hour and a half or so, we've started to see some weakness coming through once again. So it looks, I think, as though we're building for a bit of a key test now today on this cable chart, and it could well be lower. So I wish you good luck in your trading, and I'll speak to you later. Thank you.